Hi guys, so today we've got a 30-minute flow for the heart and the hips. So these are two areas where we tend to hold quite a lot of emotion and tension. So today we're just going to release everything off and enjoy that feeling of openness. So when you're ready, come to your mat and we'll get started. So we're actually going to start in Tadasana today, mountain pose. So come to the top of your mat, stretching through the fingertips, grounding through the feet, really feeling the earth beneath you. When you've found your strong stance, just gently close off the eyes and just tune into the breath. So just noticing how we're feeling today. Feeling all that energy of the breath move around the body, that fresh prana. Okay, good. Then take a big inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bring them out in front of you. Inhale, big reach overhead. Exhale, hands come together in front of you. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, they come in front. Inhale and exhale. Good. One final time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Come back to your Tadasana. Again, finding stillness in your Tadasana. So feeling all that energy move around the body. The juices flow around the system. And then take a big inhale, reach the arms overhead. And open the arms into cactus, so 90-degree angle. Exhale to round the spine, bring the forearms together in front of you, tuck the head in. Inhale, open up into cactus. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. So gently flexing and extending the spine. Inhaling when we open the chest and exhaling to round. So when we open the chest, we can look up slightly to get more of an opening in the front of the neck, the throat. Here go to these two movements. Exhale to round. And then inhale, take a big reach overhead. Exhale, arms in front of you. Interlock the hands. Inhale, reach them overhead. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, back to center. And exhaling to the left. Good. Inhale to release. Gently rolling through the shoulders, so one shoulder at a time. Nice big movements backwards. And then get the elbow involved and the whole arm. So gently opening up through the shoulder joint. Then take a big inhale overhead. Exhale, find a forward fold. So keep the feet hip distance apart in your forward fold. Again, bend the knees as much as you need. They don't have to be completely straight. Plant the left palm, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Find your twist. Release right hand to the ground, reach the left arm up to the sky, twisting the opposite way. Good, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up, twisting to the right. And right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, twisting to the left. Good, come back to your fold. Option to interlock at the elbows and just gently rock from side to side, ragdoll. And then take a big inhale to sweep all the way up to standing. Coming to the top of the mat if you're not there already. Finding your strong Tadasana once more. And then inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forwards fold. Inhale with a flat back, look forwards. And exhale, plant the palms. Set the right foot back, lower on the right knee, find your lunge. So opening up the chest here, make sure you're not rounding through the spine. And then shift the weight back, straighten the left leg, come into half splits. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, half split. So moving dynamically between these two movements. Making sure we have a nice long spine. Switching between stretching out the hip and the hamstring. Good. Inhaling to find lunge. Holding this time, and then inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the palms, tuck the back toes. Step back, find your plank, and move through your chaturanga, keeping the elbows close to the body and a nice straight spine, lowering to the ground. Option to drop onto the knees here. Inhale, open the chest, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lifting that tailbone up towards the sky. Inhale to lift the right leg up towards the sky, and exhale to step it all the way between the palms, lowering on the back knee, untucking the toes, finding a lunge on the right side. Now pushing back, straightening that right leg, half splits. Inhale to find lunge, and exhale to find half splits. Good, so keep going between these two movements, inhaling to open up into lunge, and exhaling to push back, straightening through that hamstring. Again, they don't have to be poker straight in the legs, there's an option to bend. As long as we're feeling the stretch, that's okay. Good, next time you're in lunge, hold. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale to plant the palms. This time step the left foot in to meet the right, halfway lift at the top of the mat. Exhale, forwards fold. Inhale, big reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forwards fold. Inhale, hands come to shins, straight spine. Exhale, plant the palms. Step the left foot back this time. Options drop onto the knee or stay lifted. High lunge or low lunge, your choice. Big inhale, exhale to straighten the front leg. So again, we're moving between these two movements. This time we're kind of in a wide pyramid pose. So again, inhaling to lunge and exhaling to straighten. Good, next time we're in lunge, hold. Inhale, reach arms up towards the sky. Exhale, plant the palms. Set the right foot back to meet the left, plank pose, and move through your vinyasa, taking chaturanga on knees or toes. Inhaling to open the chest, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Good, lengthening through the spine. Inhale, left foot reaches up towards the sky. Exhale to step it all the way through. Again, lowering on the back knee or staying lifted, whichever option you took on the other side, finding your lunge. Then exhale to straighten the leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Good, so again, moving dynamically here. In whichever variation you're in. Good, then find your lunge. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale to plant the palms, stepping the left foot back to meet the right, plank pose, moving through your chaturanga, knees or toes, opening up the chest, pushing back, downward facing dog. Feel free to take any movement in your down dog, pedaling through the legs, rising onto the balls of the toes, whichever feels good. And then come to a place of stillness. Breathing into the posture. Inhale, reach the right foot up towards the sky, and exhale to step it through. Left palm remains planted, right arm reaches up towards the sky, we come into a twist. And then option to release off the left hand, right hand comes to the back leg, left arm reaches up towards the sky, we come into a reverse revolved lunge, opening up through the chest. Looking up slightly if you can. Feeling that opening in the front of the body. Inhale, arms come together overhead to a neutral high lunge. We're going to bend through the back leg and pulse. So exhale to lower, inhale to lift. Exhale, lower, inhale, lift. So moving nice and quickly. Feeling that quad start to work as well. Next time you're down in your lower, hold. Then straighten the front leg, plant the palms. Step back into plank. Hold. Then lift the hips, find downward facing dog. Good. Inhaling to lift the left up towards the sky now, and exhale to step it all the way through. Right palm remains planted, left arm reaches up towards the sky, and we come into our twist. So again, option to stay here, or option to bring left hand to the right leg, right arm reaches overhead, opening up through the chest. If it's too much to reach to the leg, you can always place the left hand on the hip. Good, then we inhale to come back to a neutral high lunge, bending through that back leg, and we pulse. So breathing with the movement. Feeling those legs really, really start to work. Good. Next time you're in your low lunge, hold. Good, straighten that back leg, plant the palms, step back into plank. Good, one breath here. Good, release onto the knees. Reach the arms out in front, sink the chest low, come into puppy pose. So hips should be stacked over the knees. We're opening up through the chest. So either forehead on the mat or chin on the mat if that's more comfortable for you. Find your variation. Feel a nice stretch in the shoulders. Good. Shift the weight forwards. So we're coming into our bellies. So finding Sphinx pose, elbows under shoulders, really pushing away from the ground in our forearms, opening up through the chest. It's a chance to reconnect with the breath, this gentle heart opener. So encouraging some length in the neck as well as the spine, so looking out in front of you. Good, then bring the hands now so they're in line with the shoulders. They can be a little bit further out like mine are. And then we're going to inhale, push off, open up through the chest, and exhale to come back down. So moving through some dynamic cobras. So you can see that my head is also involved in the movement. This is optional. So we're just dynamically opening up through the chest. Inhaling as we open and exhaling as we come back down. Good, make sure there's some activation in the glutes as you do this. Then after your last one, bring the hands together at the top of the mat, rest the forehead on the hands and just rock the hips from side to side. So from here, we're going to bring the hands by the side of us. As we inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders and the feet off the ground, come into locust pose. So gazing softly towards the top of the mat, always thinking of the neck as a long extension of the spine. So the lower back's working hard here, the glutes are working, opening up through the front of the body. Good, breathing here. It's a tough one. Use the breath to help you and release. Again, bring the forehead to the hands, top of the mat, and gently rock through the hips to release off the lower back. Good, this time there's an option to interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest and the feet off the floor. So we're using our interlocked hands to kind of draw our chest further open. If this is too much for you, you can just revert back to the first option of keeping the hands by the side of you. So find your variation. Breathe into it. Finding comfort in the discomfort. Release. Again, bringing the forehead to the top of the mat, shaking through the hips. So we're going to bend our left leg, try and grab the left foot with the left hand and open up through that quad and hip flexor. So if it's not available to you to grab the foot with your hand, you can always use a kind of old towel or a strap if you have one to hand to draw that foot in. Good, release and switch over to the other side. So grabbing the right foot with the right hand and feeling the stretch. Good, then release. Again, come to your front on the mat. Bend through both legs and see if you can grab both feet. This is the first step, coming into bow pose. And then as you inhale, see if you can kick the feet into the hands and open up through the chest at the same time. So again, glutes are squeezing here, chest is open. Beautiful heart opening posture. Again, if this isn't for you today, feel free to go back to one of the 2 previous variations that we did. You'll find that you rock as you breathe. That's perfectly normal. Shows you're not holding the breath. And release. Good. Forehead comes to hands, and for the last time we rock the hips from side to side. Good. Push back, find tabletop, then bring the big toes together, sink the hips back, take a brief child's pose to close off the hips for a second. So taking this time to check back in with how you're feeling. Tuning back into that breath in case you've lost the connection throughout the practice so far. Good, when you're ready, shift the weight forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find downward facing dog. A little bit more in your down dog, you can try and grab left ankle with right hand twisting to the left. So if the ankle isn't available to you, you can always do the shin, just try and avoid the knee area. Good, come back to centre, and this time you can try and grab right ankle with left hand, twisting to the right. Again, the shin is absolutely fine as well. Then come back to your neutral down dog. From here we're going to rise onto the balls of the feet, shift the weight forward, find plank. And then again, really round the spine, push back, find downward facing dog. So it's not just a forward and backward movement, we're really rounding everything. It's nice, slow and controlled. Kind of imagine there's something on the mat that you're trying to lift over and avoid. So really feeling every vertebrae move as you roll back between down dog and plank. Next time you're in down dog, hold. Inhale, lift the right foot towards the sky. Exhale, step it to the outside of the right hand, lizard pose. So left knee can either stay lifted or you can drop onto the knee if that's better for you. Good. It's a really intense opening in that hip, so breathe with it. Good, I hope it's available to you, and if it feels good, there's the option to come down onto the forearms. But don't force anything, it's only if your body's asking for it. If you want to, you can snuggle your right shoulder under the right leg, release both hands off the ground, come into a balancing posture. So this is really tough on the legs. So just one more breath, and then release both hands back to the ground. Find your neutral lizard. And then we're just going to step back, find plank pose. And then exhale, roll back, find downward facing dog. Inhale to reach the left foot towards the sky, and exhale to step it to the outside of the left hand. Lizard pose. Again, always the option to drop on the back knee if that's more comfortable for you. So just ground into your lizard to start with. So feel that opening. And then if it's available for you and if you want to, you're more than welcome to transition down onto the forearms if the body's asking for it today. Good. And then again, if you want to fly your lizard, you can tuck the left shoulder under the left leg, really snuggle it underneath, then release both hands off the ground, find balance. Good, one more breath. And then bring both hands back to the ground, untuck the shoulder, step back, find plank. Good, and then use your exhale to roll all the way back, downward facing dog. Lovely. So from here we're going to hover the knees just an inch off the ground, push back, down dog. Shift the weight forward, hover the knees, lift up, downward facing dog. Going forward, hover the knees. One more time, come forward, push back, come forward and hold. Hover the knees just an inch off the ground, then release. Good. Walk the hands back towards the knees. Place the backs of the hands against the ground and gently stretch out through the wrists. So we're not really pushing into it here, it's just a gentle stretch to counteract all the work we've been doing on our hands. Good, and release. Rise up onto the knees, tuck the toes under. We're going to place right hand on right foot, left arm reach that towards the sky, open up through the chest and the hips. As we exhale, we shift the weight back, round through the spine, switch sides, left hand to left foot, right arm overhead. Good, so keep going to these two movements, rounding and flexing the spine, opening up through the hips and through the heart. Good, just one more on each side. Inhaling to open, exhale round, and finally inhale open, exhale come back to neutral. Good, one breath here. Then lift back up, place the hands on the lower back and just inhale, open the chest. So the opening should be coming from the thoracic spine, not the lumbar spines, the top of the chest rather than the lower back. If you want to, and if it's available to you, you can release your hands to your ankles and come into full camel pose. But again, only if your body's asking for it. And there's also an option to untuck the toes so the feet are flat against the mat. You can also drop your head back, but make sure you really shift the weight back first, so you're kind of activating those deep neck flexors, and then release. Good. Inhale, leave the chest to come all the way up. And exhale to plant the forehead on the ground, find your child's pose by sinking the hips back. Option to bring the hands by the side of you this time. Enjoying this gentle compression in the hips. One more breath here. And then slowly lift up onto the knees. Swing the feet round. Find your way to boat pose, so finding balance on the seat bones, grabbing behind the thighs, bringing the shins parallel to the sky, hugging the knees into the chest, and then option to release the hands as well. Option to lower into low boat and lift back up into high boat. If you want to, so inhaling to lift, exhaling to lower. So shoulders and feet remain off the ground. If not, just hold your boat. Good, one more breath. Then release both feet to the ground. And nice and slowly, vertebrae to vertebrae, roll all the way to the mat. And then keeping the feet planted and trying to make it a nice, slow and controlled movement. Use your inhale to bring you all the way back up to seated, arms reach out in front. And exhale again to nice and slowly with control, roll all the way down. And inhale, keeping those feet planted, come all the way up. So again, keep moving your own time with your own breath. A nice, stable and controlled movement. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to lower in your own time. Okay, next time you're down, you can stay down, stretch through the toes, stretch the arms overhead. Find a nice full body stretch, reaching everything out. Can you imagine you're being pulled from both ends? Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, feet are close together, and then just let the knees drop out to the side, find reclined butterfly. Reach the arms in between the legs and gently pulse here. So shoulders come off the ground. We're looking out in front of us. And as we pulse, we're making sure we breathe. So when it comes to abdominal work, it's easy to hold the breath. Make sure you breathe throughout the whole exercise. Okay, really firing up the core. Keep going with it. And release. Bring the hands to the belly and just relax into your butterfly pose. Bring the feet, so once again the soles of the feet are on the mat, and they should be hip distance apart. Bring them as close to your bum as you can, so maybe you can just about feel the heels with your fingertips. And then inhale to lift the hips up, find bridge pose. So again, opening through the hips and the heart here. Quads are working hard. Glutes are working too. Breathing here. One more breath. And use your exhale to nice and slowly vertebrae over vertebrae, release down, hug the knees into the chest, maybe rocking from side to side if that feels good. Good, then when you're ready, we're going to go up one more time. So releasing both feet to the mat again, checking your alignment, so checking you just feel your heels maybe. Knees are hip distance apart. Inhale, lift the hips up. Option to kind of snuggle the shoulders underneath and interlock the hands to get more of an opening in the chest here. This is only an option. If that's not good for you, just stay with the first variation. Good, breathing into it. Good, then you've got the hands interlocked. Release, untuck the shoulders, and nice and slowly lowering down and hugging the knees into the chest. Option to stay here just hugging the knees in, or you can grab the inside arches of both feet and find happy baby. So feet are parallel with the sky, knees are drawing in towards the armpits. And again, you can find a little bit of movement here if that feels good for you. Then when you're ready, release the soles of the feet to the ground, open up the knees, find your reclined butterfly pose one more time. Holding here. Slowing down the breath now. When you're ready, extend your legs out long, bring the hands by the side of you, palms facing up, and find your most sacred and beautiful posture, Shavasana. So closing off the eyes, sinking completely into the mat. Relaxing every single part of the body. Releasing all the tension from the muscles. So as always, please stay here for as long as you have today. It's an option to hit pause and really revel in your Shavasana. Or if you're ready to come out of it, you can start to bring some awareness back to the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, and then finally hugging the knees into the chest. When you're ready, come back to your comfortable seated position with the eyes closed. Just taking a second in stillness here with our beautiful open hearts, setting an intention to carry our practice with us off the mat today. Bring your hands together at heart center and slowly bow forwards. And as you come back up, you can open up the eyes. Namaste. Thank you for flowing with me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. If you did, please do like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.